Cyber Threat Brief for February 23, 2026. Dell Recover Point 0-day exploited since mid-2024 gets CVSS 10.0 and active Chinese APT targeting. Ivanti EPM 0 days under widespread attack with patches available. France loses 1.2 million bank records to credential theft. Mississippi hospital system closes all clinics after ransomware hit. Here's the full breakdown of today's top security stories. Cyber Threat Brief, February 23, 2026. Next section, Critical Alerts. Dell Recover Point for VM 0-day, CVE, 2026-22769, Dell Recover Point for virtual machines versions before 6.0.3. 1 contains CVE, 2026-22769, a CVSS, the Common Vulnerability Scoring System, 10.0 critical vulnerability, exploited as a 0-day since mid-2024 by Chinese threat group UNC 6201. The flaw involves hard-coded Tomcat credentials enabling unauthenticated root access. Attackers deployed Slay-style, Brickstorm, and Grimbolt backdoors, then created ghost NICs for lateral movement and persistence in VMware environments. CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, added this to the KEV known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog with a February 21 remediation deadline already passed. EPS, the Exploit Prediction Scoring System, score is 0. 288 96th percentile. Action update to recover point 6.0.3. 1 immediately. Hunt for ghost NICs in VMware environments. Checkpoint IPS provides protection against CVE 2026-22769 and associated malware families. Review systems for lateral movement indicators from compromised recover point instances. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Ivanti EPM 0 days under active exploitation. CVE 2026-1281, CVE 2026-1340. Ivanti Endpoint Manager for mobile contains 2 actively exploited 0 days, both rated CVSS 9.8. Unit 42 reports widespread attacks targeting US, German, Australian, and Canadian organizations across government, healthcare, manufacturing, professional services, and tech sectors. Attackers establish reverse shells, install web shells, download malware, and conduct reconnaissance for further vulnerabilities. Patches are available and require no downtime. CVE 2026-1281 has EPS 0.543, 98th percentile, and CVE 2026-1340 has EPS 0.387, 97th percentile. Both are on CISA KEV with a February 1 due date, missed by most organizations. Action: patch Ivanti EPM immediately. Review systems for web shells, reverse shell activity, and unauthorized access. Installation requires no downtime. Hunt for IOCs associated with recent exploitation. Sources: The Register. VM exploited in Russian credential abuse campaign, CVE 2023-27532, CVE 2024-40711. Russian-speaking financially motivated threat actors leveraged commercial generative AI tools to conduct mass credential abuse against 640 gate devices across 55 countries between January 11 and February 18, 2026. Attackers targeted VM backup and replication servers, exploiting CVE 2023-27532, and both vulnerabilities are linked to ransomware operations and appear on CISA KEV. Has EPS 0.827, 99th percentile, with a September 2023 due date. Has EPS 0.682, 99th percentile, with November 2024 due date. Checkpoint IPS provides protection, and 3 additional CVEs. See show notes for the full list. Action: Patch VM immediately if not already done. Review 40-gate authentication logs for credential abuse patterns. Implement MFA, multi-factor authentication on VM management interfaces. Monitor for lateral movement from 40-gate to backup infrastructure. Sources: Checkpoint Research. AI assistants abused as command and control proxies. Checkpoint Research demonstrated a technique that repurposes AI assistants like Grok and Microsoft Copilot as covert command and control proxies. Attackers abuse web browsing URL fetch features without authentication. Malware exfiltrates host data via query parameters and retrieves commands from AI-generated summaries through hidden Web View 2 components. This bypasses traditional inspection of AI traffic. Action: monitor for unusual AI assistant API calls from endpoints, particularly those involving URL fetches. Review network policies for AI service access. Consider restricting AI assistant web browsing features in enterprise environments until vendors implement authentication requirements. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Next section: Vulnerability Disclosures. Grandstream GXB 1600 VoIP Phone Remote Code Execution. CVE 2026-2329. Grandstream GXB 1600 series VoIP phones contain CVE 2026-2329. A critical unauthenticated stack-based buffer overflow in the Web API, allowing root remote code execution. Exploitation enables credential theft, SIP proxy reconfiguration, and covert call interception. Firmware version 1.0.7.81 patches the issue. EP score is low at 0.001 34th percentile. Checkpoint IPS provides protection. Action: update Grandstream GXB 1600 series phones to firmware 1.0.7.81. Isolate VoIP phones on separate VLAN with restricted management access until patched. Review SIP proxy configurations for unauthorized changes. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Microsoft 365 Copilot DLP bypass. A flaw in Microsoft 365 Copilot allows the Work tab chat feature to summarize emails protected by confidentiality sensitivity labels, bypassing configured data loss prevention policies. The code-level defect circumvents DLP controls designed to protect sensitive information. Action: review Microsoft 365 Copilot access permissions. Disable Work tab chat feature if handling highly confidential emails until Microsoft patches. Monitor Copilot activity logs for access to sensitivity-labeled content. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Round-Cube Webmail cross-site scripting vulnerability exploited. A Round-Cube Webmail vulnerability, patched in December 2025, is now under active exploitation. The flaw enables XSS attacks via animate tags in SVG documents. Action: update Round-Cube Webmail to the latest version if not already patched. Review webmail logs for SVG upload activity and XSS exploitation attempts since December 2025. Source: Security Week. Next section: Ransomware and Extortion. University of Mississippi Medical Center ransomware attack. University of Mississippi Medical Center suffered a ransomware attack, forcing closure of all 36 clinics statewide and cancellation of elective procedures. Unauthorized access occurred February 15. The attack disrupted electronic medical records, forcing manual processes. No ransomware group has claimed responsibility. The potential compromise of patient and employee data remains unclear. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Security Week. Advantest Corporation ransomware incident. Japanese tech giant Advantest Corporation experienced a ransomware attack following unauthorized network access on February 15. The incident impacted internal systems. The extent of customer or employee data compromise is unclear. Sources: Checkpoint Research. Zero APT Ransomware as a Service Operations Cideers Howler Cell warns that Zero APT, previously suspected as a fake ransomware gang, operates an active ransomware as a service platform with functional malicious payloads and a working affiliate model. Researchers accessed the group's RAW-S portal and collected viable malware samples ready for deployment. The Zero APT ransomware demonstrates focus on reliability, operator configurability, and secure cryptographic implementation using Rust-based development. The group may be attempting to attract affiliates through quick reputation gains. Sources: The Register. Next section: Business and Infrastructure Threats. France National Bank Account Registry breach and attacker accessed FICOBA, France's national bank account registry, using compromised government credentials in January 2026. The breach exposed data tied to 1.2 million accounts including names, addresses, account identifiers, and tax identification numbers. Access was restricted immediately upon discovery, but the attacker successfully exfiltrated the data before containment. Sources: Checkpoint Research. The Register. Ukraine National Bank supply chain incident. Ukraine's national bank faced a supply chain incident affecting a contractor running its collectible coin online store. Exposed information includes customer registration data such as names, emails, phone numbers, and delivery addresses. Payment information was not affected. Sources: Checkpoint Research. NPM supply chain worm targets AI coding assistance. Researchers discovered a Shai-Hulud-like NPM supply chain worm spreading via type-squatted packages. The worm steals developer and CI secrets, exfiltrates via GitHub API with DNS fallback, and propagates by poisoning workflows and Git hooks. The malware includes MCP server injection, targeting AI coding assistance, and harvests LLM API keys. Action: Review NPM dependencies for type-squatted packages. Audit Git hooks and CI workflows for unauthorized modifications. Rotate LLM API keys. Monitor GitHub API usage for unusual exfiltration patterns. Sources: Checkpoint Research. PayPal data breach leads to fraudulent transactions. PayPal disclosed a data breach caused by an application error that exposed customer personal information for nearly 6 months. The exposure led to fraudulent transactions. Source: Security Week. AI quadruples data exfiltration speed unit. 42 2026 Global Incident Response Report reveals AI contributed to a quadrupling of exfiltration speeds in 2025, acting as a force multiplier, increasing attacker success rates at each campaign stage. AI is rapidly becoming one of the most dangerous emerging threats for 2026. Sources: The Register. Next section: General Security News. Arcanix Stealer. AI-assisted malware experiment. Kaspersky analyzed Arcanix Stealer, an information-stealing malware operation promoted on dark web forums in late 2025. The project was likely AI-assisted, with evidence of LLM-assisted development drastically reducing development time and costs. The malware offered Python and premium C++ versions with data-stealing capabilities targeting browsers, cryptocurrency wallets, VPN credentials, and gaming platforms. The premium version included Chrome Elevator post-exploitation tool bypassing Google's app-bound encryption. The author shut down operations without notice after 2 months. Kaspersky assesses Arcanix as more of a public software product experiment than a traditional stealer operation. Sources: Bleeping Computer. Muddy Water targets MENA with new malware. Iranian threat group Muddy Water, Akka Earth Vitala, Mango Sandstorm, Muddy Coast, targeted organizations and individuals across the Middle East and North Africa in Operation Olalampo. Activity began January 26, 2026, deploying new malware families including Ghost Fetch, Char, and HTTP VIP. Source: The Hacker News. Next section: Trends and Context. Zero-day exploitation dominates this briefing with 3 critical vulnerabilities under active attack. Dell Recover Points CVSS 10.0 rating combined with Chinese APT. Advanced Persistent Threat, Activity, and the Ivanti EPM widespread exploitation represent immediate threats to enterprise infrastructure. The credential-based attacks against France's banking registry and FortiGate devices highlight the continued effectiveness of stolen credentials as an attack vector. AI's dual role as both attack tool, C2 proxies, credential abuse acceleration, and development accelerator, Arcanix Stealer, signals a fundamental shift in the threat landscape that defenders must adapt to rapidly. That concludes today's Cyber Threat Brief. From Carolina, Clear Tech. Stay patched, stay vigilant,